don't know if you guys ever heard about them cloud busters. They're like copper tubes. You put quartz crystals in them. You add argonite to it. People use them in gardens and in their homes and stuff. And they say that if you point them up to the sky, you have your little two tubes or whatever, and you point them to a cloud, that it will bust up the cloud. But I've never owned one. What I've noticed is that above us every day in Albuquerque here, we have what's known as a donut in the sky. So if you take a look around and you look, there's clouds all around us. There's a big old storm coming in, and there's all kinds of clouds all around us. There's a big old tree there, and then probably like more storm that way. But right here, we're gonna watch this cloud and see if it's gonna actually dissipate for us. So we're just gonna keep an eye on this cloud here. I'm just gonna point at it with my fingers. And will it disappear? I'm gonna do some yard work and we're just gonna let it dissipate. So the reason why it's breaking up and disappearing is because of the chemicals that are laid in the sky, also known as chemtrails, from the airplanes. And every day they leave a whole plume of them, and they're using nano aluminum and barium and strontium, and they're putting these chemicals up in there. And what I'm understanding from just watching over time is that the aluminum lingers and it stays in the sky, and that's why we get these big holes in our sky, like a donut in the sky. There's clouds always all around us, but there's always a hole up above us. So what I'm watching right now is to see if this cloud's going to simply dissipate by me pointing it out. We're going to do like a Babe Ruth cloud buster. We're just going to point it out and not even use a cloud buster. I have a friend who was telling me how they work and the science of them and everything, and adding the quartz into it and how it's supposed to help break it up or whatever. But as you can see, that cloud's just going away because it's moving from east to west currently, and it's basically moving into the area where all of the aluminum is most heavily saturated. So there's a lot of content creators out there who are claiming that they've made these cloud busters with these copper tubes and putting the quartz crystals into it, and by pointing up the quartz crystals, like, then they basically dissipate the cloud. But as you just saw, simply by knowing the science of how the chems work, I can point at any cloud right now that's moving into the west, from the east into the west, and it'll dissipate. So what do you guys think about that? I don't think anyone's ever shown you that before, right? How clouds dissipate. This is real time right here. See, you just point right at it, see? Like, Let's make this one disappear. So we can move this. We have the space this way, and we can watch these ones now. And all those, as they move this way to from east to west, we're facing south right now. So as these clouds move to the west, they're just going to dissipate. Just watch. I only got like less than 30 minutes to do some yard work, so I'm just going to let this run, and you guys just pay attention to what's going on. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. So are these content creators that say that these cloudbusters work, are they simply just making money off of people by selling them copper tubes with some quartz crystals? I mean, I know that quartz has its power and it can be utilized for laser, for directed energy devices, for keeping track of time, like in watches. Um, Quartz is used for many different things. It's a memory keeper and stuff like that. But as far as it busting up clouds and busting up chems, I don't know. I simply watch the skies every day and I just know how it works. And as these clouds are moving, this is a huge storm too. Why would this storm, as it moves to the west, why would it just fizzle out? It's the aluminum in the sky. So are these guys who are selling these cloud busters, are they just making money? Are these cloud busters busted? You guys let me know. So I can't see any comments, guys. It's a little too bright out here. Maybe I can read some. But as you can see, there's that straight line just right there. So this cloud is moving this way. And as it moves, it's just got a straight break right there, right in the sky. That's where the heavy saturation is. Like one little bit got out, right? Like one little cloud got out right here. But that's gonna dissipate right now. What do you guys think? This is all real. This is what happens. I see someone's here saying powerful. Yeah, and the storm that's coming through, it looks like it's going to drop rain, but the more that these clouds move in, the more the precipitation dissipates out of the clouds. So why it happens is because there's aluminum, there's nano aluminum particulates in the sky that they leave from the airplanes when they leave those trails. People call them aerosol, aerosol, but or contrails, and people call them contrails. That basically it's like the ice crystals forming. But what it is really it's chemicals that they put in the sky: aluminum, barium, strontium, and as you can see, when the clouds move through it, it breaks up. And then eventually, you know, the clouds will take over. You know, it'll slowly dissipate the aluminum. The more clouds you have, the more that the chemicals will get dissipated out. And then, you know, eventually a storm will happen. We'll have some rain. But for the most part, this cloud is just breaking up in real time, as you see and as I speak. There's not, yeah, like I'm saying, you look all the way to the right of the screen, it's all clear sky, all blue. To the left, it's all dark cloud. And I'll pan it over in just a moment. I'll let it just dissipate some more. Alright, you guys. I think I'm done pulling these weeds here. Been doing a handful. Got the gloves on, using this tool here. As you can see, the cloud, it's growing, it's getting bigger. It's taking up a little bit more mass, probably from the beginning of this angle here. It's moved over from, let's see, probably from like this much here to now the cloud's moved over this much. But lifting it straight up, you'll be able to see all clear sky this way, all clouds this way. And like I said, that's a pretty nice storm cloud coming in, but the more that it moves this way, it's going to just completely dissipate and we probably won't get any rain. So a lot of meteorologists won't even take into mind anything about that. So when they say that there's going to be a chance of rain coming up in the next week or whatever, just look to see how many chemtrails they've actually sprayed in your area, and then you'll get an even better idea on if there's a lot of trails, and you'll have a lot less possibility. So, but with that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm Dan the Glass Man, and we've been watching clouds dissipate in real time. You're watching the Glass Man's world. This is what chemtrails do. Weather modification. Thanks for watching.